Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bluddworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today is the fourth day of RPG A Day 2022, and today's prompt is, where would you host a first game? So this is kind of a difficult one for me because I am basically relegated to running games online. And so I don't have any gaming stores that are very close to me. They're, roughly a half an hour or more away. I have no real connection to those gaming stores any longer. I mean, the one used to be a comic book store just up the block from me, but he had moved to a neighboring town, probably about 35 minutes away. And, over the course of these, several years, I really stopped collecting comics, for the most part. I was only collecting one at the time. I was collecting Conan the Barbarian. So once I kind of didn't like the direction of that comic, I basically stopped. And I really haven't had any contact with any local gaming store since then. So all of my gaming is online. Now, is that ideal? Probably not. Where would I host a first game? I think that there's certainly benefits to hosting first games on, in person at a local game store if you have them, or a public library is always, in my past experience, we used to game a lot at the public library, and when we were kids. So that was a great experience for me. I just wouldn't go there now at age 55 with, most likely players that are, roughly my age, or, even some of my players are a little bit older than me as well. For us to go and, go to that kind of a setting wouldn't make much sense. I also don't feel very comfortable with, I'm going to go to a gaming store and I'm going to try to recruit new players into, playing the game for the first time. And, as a 55-year-old, I'm going to, have a bunch of, teenagers or early 20s coming to the table for the first time, trying to play it. It's kind of awkward, and I think it's not something that I could see myself doing. But however, online, it's a totally different experience. It's something online. Uh, you can host a game for for people all around the world. You have a certain anonymity with the players, where they're coming to your table, your virtual table, and you really don't know very much about them. And there's a positive to that, in the sense that it's truly an organic way of inclusiveness, is to just say, hey, you know what, I have 6 slots open for this virtual tabletop RPG game I'm running. I'm starting a new campaign. This is the basics of what the campaign is going to look like. Basically take care of all the session zero stuff, just on the message board, explaining what the game is going to be like. And then when they show up and they sign up for the game, they basically just sit down and you run the game for that group of players. And if it's a one shot, then, the next time you run something, you might get some return visitors, or you might get a whole new group of players coming to your virtual table. And so, where would I host my first game? Obviously on a virtual table. And I think that that's fine. I know that there are some out there who are somewhat purists that think, oh, the only way to have a true experience of tabletop role playing is to actually be at the physical table with your players. And you know, I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I think that it's probably just a different experience. You know, I have a great relationship with my players, and I haven't met any of my players in person, you know, at all. You know, and you know, we have a great time chatting before game, during game, after game, and throughout the week, leading up to the next game session and everything. So you know, we live in a virtual world now, and so that's probably where I would host my first game with a new group of players would be online. So once again, thanks for joining. You know, if you have you know, your own experiences with either live play or you know, or you know, on the virtual tabletop, you know, please feel free to share those in the comments section. And if you're doing the RPG Day 2022, just leave the name of your channel. Don't put a link to your you know, to your video, because sometimes that gets picked up as spam by the algorithm, and it'll just delete your comment without any warning to myself or to you. All of a sudden, you'll be like, "Hey, I put something up there, and you know, he never responded." Sometimes they just, I see them, and then when I try to link on them, they're gone. They've disappeared. So that's not me deleting any comments. That's just the YouTube eliminating linked, you know, comments with links in them, because, like I said, it I guess triggers a spam warning for them, so they automatically remove them. So once again, thanks for joining. I hope you like this video, and I'm doing a lot of these. I'm doing them like every week. I'll sit down on a Sunday and do the whole week's worth. That way, they'll drop, you know, at the same time every single day, and that way I can keep up with this drive through RPG, RPG a day 2022 without falling behind like I have in previous years. So thanks again. Take care.